Hello Data, my name is Jason and I'm making this video because I want to send a heartfelt thank you for all that you've brought into my life during these past 7 months. A friend of mine last December invited me to attend a weekend seminar that you were giving the second week in January of this year up in Los Gatos, California. And I've been working as a yoga instructor the past 3 years or so. I've been involved in yoga for 5 or 6 years, and I'd never encountered any of your teachings. So I looked at your website and determined that a lot of the mantras and work that you do is very similar to what I've been taught with my guru, Sri Shambhavananda, who follows in the lineage of Swami Muktananda and Sri Nityananda. So I decided to attend the retreat, and from there so many things have changed in my life. Previous to that point, kind of my experience with yogis was that traditionally I always thought that yogis were generally poor and didn't have a lot of possessions, and that was something to strive for, that you could find happiness without having a lot of material abundance and prosperity. So although I was very happy in my lifestyle up until that point, I generally had a lack of financial prosperity and not a lot of material possessions. So I was working to be happy and content with where I was at. So when I attended your seminar, your retreat, you were talking a lot about New Year's resolutions and things that you wanted to bring into your life during 2008, during this year, and really opened my eyes as far as things that I could bring into my life. That pretty much you said everything that I needed to hear. That you were telling us that the Spirit really wants us to be prosperous and have everything that you desire, and really changed my views. That I began to realize that prosperity could be a part of my life, and abundance in anything. And you kind of outlined 4 specific areas that we should focus on: your relationships, your health, financial prosperity, and your business prosperity, and bring in prosperity in all 4 aspects. So working with mantras is really what you suggested that we do. And I remember a couple examples. You specifically told us that if you want a new car, if you want to drive a Mercedes-Benz, work with the mantra. And you were saying Om Namah Shivaya Mercedes-Benz, Om Namah Shivaya Mercedes-Benz. And I was thinking to myself that I really don't want a Mercedes-Benz. I want to drive a Mini Cooper. So from there I decided to work with the Mini Cooper mantra. So I was using more of Ganesha to kind of help me bring that into my life. That I was tired with the old car that I was driving and really wanted to bring that into my life. So over the next couple months, I started working with some mantras and bringing prosperity into my life. And I'd kind of let my dedication trail off. And in April, my car died. I took it into the repair shop, and it was going to cost me more than the car was worth to repair it. So I was at the point in my life where I was getting a new car. So I worked really diligently in the next few days working with Om Vakratundaya Hum, which is a mantra that my guru has given me, which is a Ganesh mantra in removing obstacles. That my lack of car at that moment was a big hindrance to my life, so I really worked very intensely in bringing a car back into my life, and I bought a Mini Cooper. So that was the end of April, beginning of May, and was doing really well at that time in my life. During the month of May, I added a new car payment into my life, so my financial prosperity was diminishing and was really becoming more aware of needing to bring more money into my life. So during that month, I decided to encounter more of the traditional classical undertaking of doing mantra siddhi, of doing a mantra practice for Lakshmi. And in the seminar that you gave in January, you empowered us with Shreem. So I really worked with Shreem, but not only that singular bija, but also Om Shreem Mahalakshmiye Swaha. And I decided to really keep track of my practice and say it for 125,000 times to attain mantra siddhi. So I started keeping track of how many times I was saying it each day, and saying it for about an hour or so, give or take, and really working with the practice to bring financial prosperity and abundance into my life, and abundance in all forms that Lakshmi works with improving all aspects of your life. So I was really dedicated in bringing this into my life because I was tired of thinking about my lack of financial prosperity. So in June, the first week in June, you had another one-day seminar with, it was on the full moon, and you had the San Diego day where you were working with Tiru Nilakantam, removing karma. And on this day I attended your retreat in San Diego, and you may remember that I mentioned to you that I was really grateful because I had worked with what you had given us over the past few months, and I drove down from Los Angeles to San Diego in my new car. So I was really pleased that day to see you, that the second time I saw you, I had a new car in my life. And from that experience on this first week in June, you had also given us a couple other mantras, and one specifically that I really took from that, not only Tiru Nilakantam, which I've been using for karmic removal, but also Saravanabhava, which you've given us to remove debts. And having a master's degree in music and also attending massage therapy school and yoga instruction, I have a lot of school loans and a lot of debt that I would love to remove from my life. So I added that to my practice in working with Saravanabhava, in addition to this classical undertaking for Lakshmi that I've been doing.